Good afternoon, folks. Welcome here for the Bluegrass Xfinity car. It is going to be Josh Kiwis with your other co-host up here, Chris Kiwis, in the booth tonight as we are getting ready to go Xfinity racing here for the Barber Ford 100 here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. 200 laps for these Xfinity cars. Looks like we've got our normal field here. The usual Xfinity guys getting ready to take two, as it is going to be playoffs here tonight in the Xfinity cars. Got on board with the number 9, Bryce Hunter, as it looks like he has set himself tail into the field right now, 16-1, but it looks like he does have a little bit of rear damage. Might have gotten loose on lap 1, which set him up for a bad lap 2. So it looks like Bryce Hunter early going to have some battles to get through the field. But other than that, I think we're very excited here tonight. 200 laps, like we said, Bristol Motor Speedway. We are very excited to have you guys, gals, everyone on board. It's going to be a fun night here tonight at beautiful Bristol. Stage break, lap 80. We're going to have 7 sets of tires, and it's going to be a pretty chilly night out here. I say chilly, 81 degrees. That's more or less just chilly for the south, I guess. But 82-degree track temperature right now currently as we're getting into practice. We know that'll, or qualify, we know that'll advance as we go into race, and we'll see maybe a little bit of different right there. But that just gives you an idea of what the drivers are dealing with out here right now, as we're going to see some excellent racing, some good racing, and I think we might see a barn burner here tonight with the Xfinity cars. Definitely going to be some good old short track racing. They know how to put on a good show. But Chris, enough of talking to me and introducing myself. We know you were very excited with the Xfinity cars here at Bristol. Know you were excited for the trucks, but I know here this is the cream of the crop for you. How are you feeling as the ex-Xfinity driver yourself, and what do you think going into tonight for these Bluegrass guys? They're going to see here at Bristol, and what the fans possibly could expect from a driver's point of view.
Really, like we were saying last night, pretty much just watch for pretty much all the drivers, see what line they hit. These Xfinity cars, they do like the top of the track, so it's going to be interesting to see which drivers like to go down to the bottom. It looks like Jason going to set himself up into that third position right now. So he was saying he had something to show for these boys, but he's going to set himself in that third position right now. Nate Mowrer currently sitting in that lead. But like we were saying, it's going to be one of those things to watch out for here in this race. Just see what drivers do what line they take. I'm also getting word that Bryce Hunter said that iRacing glitched and he had the checkered flag waving for 2 laps. So that could be why Bryce Hunter had a little bit of an issue there, but it looks like he did set himself up into that 6th spot. But right now, Bret Nielsen on the track. We'll go through those points here in just 1 second. Let you know who is in this final 12, where it's going to settle out. As we'll go ahead and get it pulled up here on the screen. Get it sent over to it. Because right now, these drivers are really having to get it set up for Bristol. This is one of those tracks that you just have to really hope that you can get it done and get it done clean. As Jason Collins is your points leader. Ronnie Shirk in 2nd. Nate Mowrer in 3rd, Tyler Johnson in 4th, Bryce Hunter 5th. Christopher Pendell is tied with Brad Gebhardt for that 6th position. Robert Richards in 8th. Ron Morris Jr. is in 9th. And then tied for the 10th spot, Bret Nielsen, Josh Clemons, and Brandon Zimmerman. Those 3 drivers on that cut line, so having to do whatever they can tonight to get it done, to try to see if they can make up some points and get into that championship play.
Yeah, that's what it's all about here tonight, just trying to set yourself up and keep that momentum rolling. We know it's so easy to stall out here. Oh, you're going to see the 5 of Tyler Johnson take a big right side wall shot. He's going to have one more attempt at it after he comes across the line here to take lap 2. It looks like Tyler's just out there having a little bit of fun.
As it looks like Tyler's still having a little bit of issue there in that 5 machine. So he's going to get a little loose and not going to be able to set a good lap here. Going to set himself up into that 10th position. But Jeremiah Hobbs, the driver that wasn't here last week, he was in the battle for the points, but I want to say he had something come up, wasn't able to make the race. So Jeremiah Hobbs just said that he's going to be out here having fun. But Travis Twitty out on the track maybe had a little bit of an issue coming out of the corner. It looks like he tried to get back before he crossed the line, so it does look like he did. So maybe he'll be able to take that 2nd lap, but we'll see what happens here with Travis Twitty, as there's only a minute and 15 seconds left. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left.
Yeah, we do only have a few moments here left of qualifying. It looks like we should have possibly more cars qualifying. Maybe Twitty not having the right steering ratio or something, or just whatever. But yeah, other than that, just expecting to have a good night here at Bristol. It's gonna be one of those things like you were talking about. Drivers trying to make those last playoffs. Some drivers having some mistakes, some drivers not making mistakes as much, and that's going to set up a battle here tonight that I think is going to be a good, hard-fought one. And rolling into next week, I think we're going to see possibly not 10-purse flare, but we could see some moves be made here tonight that could roll over into the latter part of the playoffs.
Yeah, Jason was saying in race control tonight to everybody to just kind of take it easy. We had a couple of issues last night, with just some drivers getting into the wall, getting loose, and at Bristol, that's one of those things. You get loose, you can't make that you can't make it up. It's just either you either wreck or you spin and you save it. It's one of those things. There is no in between. You either spin and you save it or you wreck. It's a handful at Bristol, especially in these Xfinity cars with the low downforce, high horsepower. It's going to be interesting to see how they really get it out. Is Brandon Zimmerman right now out on the track? He's currently your driver that is in last place in the points, but he is currently tied for that 10th position with two other drivers, so he could make up some points here and promote himself up into that top 8 before we go into Las Vegas next week.
As it looks like our last 20 seconds of qualifying underway, that's going to allow Brandon Zimmerman to go ahead and set himself up in that 5th spot currently, a 15.240 flat. So we'll see how that's going to affect his night here tonight, starting up there. We know sometimes here at Bristol, you want to either start dead at the front or you don't want to start anywhere else. That's how it can be sometimes. So it's going to be a tough night, but I think it's one of those things you just take it like a short track race with some late models and you keep digging. I mean, we know it's a short track race, but you get what I'm saying. You just got to settle it down, put yourself back in your roots and not think of the scenario at hand. I think you're going to see some drivers show some talent tonight, and it's going to be a fun race. It looks like our field is getting ready to grid up here in just a moment. We'll go through your qualifying grid here in just a minute. I actually want to see what our track temperature is looking like, because it looks like we did cool down another 2 degrees, 80 degrees outside with 82 now as the track temperature. Man, that's a cool day right there. I could get my hoodie on, go outside, and hang out. I'm just kidding, but it's going to be a good race here. We're going to see not maybe as much slickness as we thought on the track, but we're still going to see some sliding. We're going to go ahead and get through your grid here. Go ahead and slide through your field, actually, as Nate Mowrer, that 971 Simbosch machine, going to set himself on pole position here tonight. As you're going to see on the outside lane, that 51 Rims 1 Kidder Performance Group Chevy Camaro, Ronnie Shirk Jr. will sit on that P2 spot. Then it's going to be Jason Collins. He has not gridded up yet. He will be starting in that P3 position. Isn't it funny? Your first, second, and third in points are all first, second, and third just flipped on the grid. Josh Clemons, he's going to start here tonight, P4, with Brandon Zimmerman, P5. Robert Richards, he's going to be starting P6. You're going to see LeBourgeois in that 7th position, barely missing the playoffs by the skin of his teeth last week, but he'll still be back here tonight in that 7th spot. 76 Ron Moore Shooter going to be starting 8th. Brad Gebhardt going to be in that 9th position with Bryce Hunter, rounding out your top 10. And then getting back to the rest of your field here, it'll be Tyler Johnson in that 11th position, who is just now gridding up. And you're going to see Christopher Pendell in that 12th spot. Travis Twitty 13th with the pink Hoosier machine. Jeremiah Hobbs lined up in that 14th position. Bret Nielsen in 15th, and Michael Brizin in that 16th position.
Who's currently not a points driver, but he still has that banner on. So we'll have to remind him to get that banner off of there.
Say, it looks like Jeremiah might have stalled. Do you see Jeremiah's car as purple or pink?
It is purple to me.
Because I'm colorblind, so I see that as pink. So if other people see that as purple and they're looking at me right now thinking, man, what is this guy talking about? I'm sorry, I thought it was pink. So I thought I'd ask, because I was like, that's one of those colors that I definitely think other people are going to see as purple and I see as pink. So, yeah.
Yes,
I don't know.
It just is that Hoosier purple.
But then again, I also have a lot of screen saturation from where I play FPS games. So some colors look a little bit different to me. and I have a lot more color pop on my screen. So that could also be why that color looks so much brighter, you know. I know that's very irrelevant, but we've got to talk here for a minute, man. We're about to go racing, and I think this is the last little bit of human we get to be, Chris. These drivers are about to go out and throw a what feels like almost an MMA fight, just throwing back and forth punches going without all the beating. I say without all the beating. We're at Bristol, baby. We can see that beating here tonight. But iRacing pace car going to get ready to turn left after all my non-coherent rambling. And, hey, here we go. 971 and 8 Mowrer. Ronnie Shirk bringing the field to that restart zone. Green, green, green. As we're going to go racing here tonight. Yeah, big stack up there in that inside lane from about the 4th, 5th position on back. But as we see up here up front, Nate Mowrer getting off clean. Ronnie Shirk as well. And we should see a clean race here tonight, Chris. I think this race is going to go by quick. You're going to have to set these moves up here early. I think we might, even with the more laps, see close to about the same amount of time in this race tonight that we did the truck race last night. I think we're going to see a very quick race here.
Yeah, we know these Xfinity boys, they definitely know how to get it done, especially in the Bluegrass League. They know how to do it well. We'll see how this bears out. But right now, that 51 of Ronnie Shirk currently sitting in that 2nd position. Looks like he's trying to set Nate Mowrer up here for that pass early on. Looks like he's taking that inside lane. Let's see what happens. I know the inside lane can work, so it looks like the 51 of Ronnie Shirk are going to go ahead and take over that lead. But like I was saying earlier, the outside lane, I know, from personally racing here in the Xfinity cars, I know the outside lane. If you can just figure out how to run it, you can definitely make up a lot of time on that outside lane here.
Yeah, and if somebody froze you and put you in a time capsule, this is the first race you've watched since like 1997 here, you're probably thinking, what the heck, high lane? That's not a thing at Bristol. Well, things change over time. PJ1 compounds, you've got certain, the way the cars are adapted as we go racing more and more here. You see cars, especially these Xfinity cars, they became faster in a different way. They're almost like the Cup car in a sense. Very, very easy to kind of roll them, but very hard to drive them. It's not that they're, easy to drive at all, but you can keep these things a lot more flat out, even than the next-gen car right now. So it's one of those things that the outside lane just flows a lot better in the current gen with these Xfinity cars. And, it's not that the inside lane isn't anything dominant anymore. It's just with the current package of racing, I guess you could put it, that outside lane just loves to roll here at Bristol.
Yeah, it looks like Ronnie Shirk setting himself up into setting that fastest lap under race trim right now, 15.31. So it looks like Nate Mowrer starting to fall off a little bit, but I was going to say it looks like Brandon Zimmerman might have been trying to make a move on the outside. Jason Collins, I know he put about 250 laps into the sim under practice, so I had sat there for about an hour while I was making sure everything was good, watching him. Man, he was turning some really fast laps. So I'm watching. I'm looking for Jason to make some moves here later on to make up some position. But it looks like Michael Brizin moving his way up through the field now, 2 positions around Travis Twitty and that 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs. Jeremiah did say that he was just going to kind of cruise around at the back. He wasn't going to get in here and mess anybody's championship points up. So, that's good on that 10 machine to just kind of get in here and have fun.
Yeah, we know anything can happen here, man. It's one of those races here at Bristol that anything can absolutely happen. As you see, Ronnie Shirk, he is starting to pull a nice little sizable gap out, Chris. We know how well Shirk is at these short tracks. We've seen that 51 machine dominate. Going back to his Truck Series championship last season, we've seen that 51 show speed like this, and it always used to be a thing they used to talk about. If you saw Shirk showing speed, you best believe it was bad news for the rest of the boys. It looks like he might be wearing, is that an IndyCar DHL suit?
That's what it looks like.
Looks like it could be like a Penske.
Looks like Jason Collins is under attack from that 20 of Brandon Zimmerman. Looks like Jason might be taking that inside lane, just trying to conserve his equipment. He did get to have a front row seat to that Truck Series last night. Got to saw Joey Doucette pretty much win the race as the only truck on the lead lap. So, maybe he's trying to set up a little bit of a strategy like that, like that Joey Doucette machine did last night. Try to set himself up here to let everybody go down the pits, and he just kind of cruise.
Yeah, 200 laps here tonight. As you heard earlier in pre-race, stage break is at lap 87 set, so expect drivers when they do come down pit road, if we do have an early caution or something happen, they're going to take tires. They've got 7 sets, but those 7 sets are going to have to last, and they'll go fast at a track like Bristol if you're not careful. So we'll see how they manage. We'll see how if anybody has any problems managing those tires. But right now, Chris, it looks like our Bluegrass field here for the Xfinity Series, they came out to play tonight. They're doing a good little run here in some good green flag racing. They must have had a talk before the race saying, hey, we know we could we got some good cars out here, and it looks like Zimmerman might have some right front damage, might have hit the wall just a tad. But, these guys might have talked pre-racing saying, hey, we got a lot of fast cars out here in the long run. Let's just keep it green, man. Let's go have some fun. It looks like Robert Richards now starting to put the pressure on Jason Collins here in that 12 machine.
Yeah,
two Toyotas in the field, him and Brad Gebhardt.
Yeah, Brandon Zimmerman was able to get around Nate Mowrer, so maybe Mowrer and Collins are just kind of going on a relax line. That's something that we always talk about. These drivers, everybody has a different strategy. Ronnie Shirk right now, he is pretty much running away with the lead right now. Got a 2-second gap over Brandon Zimmerman. And I know you'd say, oh, 2 seconds? That's not that much of a deal. But when it comes down to a racetrack, you can just look. He's pretty much going into the corner as they're coming out of the corner. That is a big distance to make up on the track.
Yeah, especially at a track like Bristol, Chris, 2 seconds. That's cutting into a good bit of time in your lap right there. I mean, you get around here in 15 seconds. You've got drivers like Jeremiah Hobbs who, yeah, he's not about to be lapped, but he's getting there. I mean, he's 9 seconds out of that 15 seconds. If you look at Ronnie Shirk, you see that 10 going through 1 and 2. Where's the 51 right now? You look out the back window, you should be able to see him eventually coming out of 1 and 2.
Right there.
So he's starting to get there. It's easy to get lapped here at Bristol, so you've got to get on the gas pedal, Chris. You hope that some of these boys that need to have some good runs here tonight don't get themselves trapped a lap down under green flag conditions.
Yeah, that's something to watch out for at Bristol. We saw everybody coming down pit lane last night, and you have to go into turn 2 and then go all the way around turns 3 and 4 and then come back down the straightaway in turn 1 to hit your pit stall. It is a dual pit stall, or dual pit lane, so you have a long, slow draw to get around. And you go about 2 laps down whenever you do that. So you have to, you have to pick and choose when you want to come down the pits and really have a strategy when it comes down to a track like this. When you're at Talladega, you can come down to the pits, get out of the pits. You won't go a lap down more than likely. But at a track like this, you have to pretty much use every little bit of time that you have.
Yeah, and you go 2-3 laps down sometimes. As you see the 94 Pendell. He's pulling up behind Bryce Hunter. You see a nice battle going on there in front, Chris. Jason Collins, Nate Mowrer, Robert Richards all starting to get into a big old kerfuffle right here. So it looks like the 971 going to run that medium lane. Doesn't look like he's really giving Jason that bottom loom, which is another tactic here at Bristol. You can make that race car just a little bit wider, which then turns into the Bristol bumper, as I like to call it. So we'll see what happens here between that 971 and Jason. 100% sure that there's not going to be any type of bumps or bangs or anything here early between these two. Both very patient drivers. I say that for Jason Collins, but you believe it. Jason might be a very outspoken individual, man, but he is very patient behind the wheel. He seems like one of those people that you look at Jason, you go, oh, that man's gonna get in there, kill that equipment. He's gonna burn up that right rear trying to dig and get him. There's sometimes Jason does it, but man, what a hell of a racer Jason is. You don't get a lot of league owners like Jason, and not only does he put on one hell of a show in race control for the truck series, puts on one hell of a show just for the Bluegrass guys, in general, to have a great racing product, and you fans, y'all get a great show from it. But look at the 3 machine. We should call him Superman, because he is out there rolling tonight, man. He's lost a spot, but a great run here from Jason Collins. And, you don't, like I said, you don't get a lot of league owners that can wheel the puppy, and this 3 machine's one of them. All around, just a overall great person is Jason Collins. Oh, wow!
Let's see if he can save it. He will. Woo!
Man.
It looked like a little bit of net code.
Why are we so bad about jinxing everybody?
That was almost bad there for that 3 of Jason Collins. We'll see. We can go back and see what happened there as they were coming out of turn 4. Excuse me, that would have been, turn 4. Oh, nope, it would have been turn 2.
Yeah, it looks like Jason got the run. He said his spotter said he was clear, so he went to slide up, and you saw he was clear through corner exit. It's just when he got there and was going to where he could move up, Nate had that big run back, and Jason apologized. I don't Haven't heard anything from the 971.
Well, we know that the 971 and that 3, they don't say it, but I know they have a rivalry between each other.
Oh,
That
yeah,
971,
for sure.
That 971 and that 3 definitely have an on-track rivalry between each other. They get around each other. I noticed that when Jason and Nate Mowrer get around each other, they race a lot
harder. Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say that. The 971's letting, they're not letting Bryce Hunter by, but he told him his car's done. So I think what he means by that is not necessarily that the race car is done, obviously, but right now with these tires at lap 38, I don't think the 971's going to be holding on much longer. He might be losing some spots here, and especially after that contact getting a little loose. I think he might be just biding his time at the stage break here.
Yeah, Ronnie Shirk now out to a 3-second gap between Jason Collins now, who you just saw get around that 20 of Brandon Zimmerman. It looks like the 12 of Robert Richards. Man, I'm telling you, from last season to this season, Robert Richards has definitely stepped up his game. You know, last season he was, he was about a top 10 finisher. You know, you always got him up in the top 10. But man, these last few races, Robert Richards has really looked like he has gotten into that seat a little bit, gotten a lot of practice under that wheel. As we see right now, Jason Collins still holding off that 12. Robert Richards, we're going to go back and see if we can see if looks like Bryce Hunter is going to get around the 20 there. Looks like Nate Mowrer falling back to that 8th position. So like you heard Josh say, maybe just those tires a little done after that little bit of contact. He's going to have to come down pit lane when he does, get maybe a little bit of damage repair and get those fresh set of stickers, and he's going to be able to get out and really make up a lot of time. As you see, looks like Brandon Zimmerman right now sitting up in that 2nd place a few laps ago, now falling back to that 7th. Might be having a little bit of trouble in those tires like that 971 is right now.
You're definitely going to see these guys start to have some trouble here. Some drivers are going to fall off a lot more than others. And look, I say falling off, Chris. Look at Jason or Ronnie now. Ronnie was out to over 2 seconds. And they have reeled that 51 back in. He must be having some equipment issues himself.
Yeah, Josh, I was actually about to say that. Ronnie Shirk is starting to lose a lot of time to Jason, so maybe the 51 trying to go on a little bit of conserve. We're 46 laps into this, so the stage break will be in 34 laps. So they still have a little bit of racing to go before they get it done. But we know these Xfinity cars got a lot of fuel in them. They could be able to, get around here a little bit longer. It looks like the 71 of Michael Brizin going to go ahead and go a lap down, going to take that inside lane. Jason Collins going to go around him on the outside. 12, Robert Richards also going to follow. So Michael Brizin currently your first driver off of the lead lap. Looks like, whoa, the 99 getting a little loose there. As you see right now, Ronnie Shirk and Co. coming out of turns number 2, about to come up behind that 76 of Ron Morris Jr., who is sitting at the back of the field right now. Joshua Clemons sitting in that 14th spot. He's falling back 10 spots. Chris LeBourgeois falling back 6 spots. Travis Twitty is up 1 spot. Jeremiah Hobbs up 4 spots. Bret Nielsen also up 4 spots. But we're going to go up here. We see a battle for the lead. Ronnie Shirk getting past. We'll go back and check out that pass for the lead here in just 1 second. But Ronnie Shirk getting past. Whoa, the 12 of Robert Richards getting a little cut down on there. See if maybe Ronnie Shirk having to go in a really big defense mode here.
Yeah, something has happened to Shirk, Chris. He must have used that equipment up early trying to get out to that big run. And now it looks like it's coming back to bite him a little bit, or he could be saving here. Who knows? It looks like we're going to get this pass for the lead here. We're going to see the replay, the 3 to the inside. Just an easy pass coming down the front stretch. It looks like he's going to get it set up easily here in the 1 and 2. That's going to hang Shirk out on the outside. Yeah, it looks like he tagged the catch fence a little bit. That's going to allow the 3 on by.
Right now,
then
Ronnie
you saw
Shirk.
the 12 as well got past him. So, and Robert Richards, Chris, there has been something about him. We talk about him all the time. You know, we've talked about him a lot more this season. And I got to just say a big applause to that 12 machine, man. Whether it be in the 48 machine in the trucks, or it be here in the 12 in Xfinity. This season, man, he has cranked up the intensity, and they have lit a fire in that Robert Richards. Whatever they did last season to him, man, I feel bad for these boys. He has done something to get that car rolling, and they have found the speed. And I got to say, just a big shout out to Robert Richards once again, man. One of those drivers last season that was just, our OG. We were looking for to always have just, a solid finish. And then all of a sudden, Bryce Hunter really wide. He's going to get past Ronnie Shirk on the inside. But we were saying that while they're battling, man, that Robert Richards machine just doing an excellent job from last season to this season. One of our most improved drivers, I think, during this season.
Yeah, Josh, that's what I was saying earlier, man. Robert Richards just really blowing my mind, when it comes to talent. He just, like I said, just got caught up in the mess a little bit last season. Didn't really have, a lot of good luck. And then you see now he is just running off. Whoa, the 94 Christopher Pendell up into the wall. It looks like Ronnie Shirk might have had a little bit of a hiccup there. The 94 did get up there and tag the wall. Oh, the Ronnie Shirk putting a block on the Christopher Pendell. Well, you were talking about those tempers, Josh. They could be flaring up here before too long. That 94 getting a really nasty block from that 51. But he's going to go ahead and get around, and Ronnie Shirk going to fall back to that 5th position. Right now, the 76 of Ron Morris Jr. going to be our 2nd car off of the lead lap. Looks like Jason Collins starting to pick up a little bit of pace between him and Robert. Got it now to a 2nd and 1/10 over Robert Richards. So Jason's starting to pull off and run away like he is the Superman on that hood of that car. Just flying through the field.
Flying through the field. The Superman flies.
Yeah, speaking of Josh, Bryce Hunter, he got that one win at Mid-Ohio, and it seems like that's really lit a fire underneath his seat. He is starting to show a lot of really good talent, underneath that 9 machine. Bryce Hunter definitely showing a lot of improved skill.
Oh yeah, man, that 9 machine has looked very well this past season. They found out why his car wasn't as fast last season, man. They, the team had wired up something wrong, and there was a wire hanging behind the gas pedal. Just come to find out, he wasn't pushing it down all the way. So Bryce Hunter, man's just doing a great job this season. He's found a lot more speed, and hey, I gotta say, his Mid-Ohio win, going from starting off last season being a consistent runner. We looked at Bryce so much, and there was so many times last season that we thought he could have picked up the win, and it just never really came into fruition for him. He had some good runs, but never had his night. Mid-Ohio, that was his night, and since then, Chris, that 9 machine has found some type of confidence. It's like when you hug your girlfriend for the first time, then you want to kiss her. He got that first win, he wants to get more.
As we're going to have 15 laps to that stage, you see the 99 of Josh Clemons went ahead and got out of the 3's way coming out of turn 4 there. So we're going to have 3 cars off the lead lap. You should see that Le Bourgeois machine start peaking up. Yeah, you see a gaggle of race cars up there. It looks like Prison, the 971. Is that the 971 and Nate Mowrer? No, it is not. It must be, no, that is the 83 of Chris Le Bourgeois. They have almost the same paint scheme. If you look at Chris Le Bourgeois and then you go to Nate Mowrer, you can pretty much see how I got that confused. Looks like Nate Mowrer still hanging on to that 7th position. Ronnie Shirk did fall back to that 6th spot, so Nate Mowrer about 4 seconds back from him now. Jason, though, got about a 2.5-second gap over Robert Richards, but it looks like the 5, Tyler Johnson, man, starting to really show some speed, getting around that 9 of Bryce Hunter. So Tyler Johnson in that 5 machine starting to look like he's Kyle Larson out there, moving up through the field.
Hey, the 5 and the 9 are next to each other. Let's not see a bad block now.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that Race Auto Club. Of course, that was a really nasty block.
As it looks like Jason Collins, he is now taking the position that Ronnie Shirk was earlier.
Yeah, now about 3 seconds out on Robert Richards.
Yeah, I was going to say, who lost some speed here. Tyler Johnson driving by. He's picking up the speed. It's just like everybody's just picking and choosing who wants to be fast right now. Tend to go to the stage.
Michael Prison going to go ahead, pull the trigger before the stage break. Going to go ahead and pull it down pit lane. Jason Collins still got a really sizable gap, 2.8 seconds over Tyler Johnson, but Tyler Johnson starting to really pick up the pace here. Might be, he might have saved all of that equipment, just till the end, kind of slowly rolling around back there, and then sees that everybody's kind of starting to slow up now with these older tires, and he started moving up through the field. But Jason now starting to roll into a lot of lap traffic here. You see Travis Twitty, Bret Nielsen, the 83 of Chris Bourgeois, Jeremiah Hobbs up in front of him. So gonna have to see how that 3 machine handles this lap traffic. Is I would say he would tell everybody to go to the bottom if he was going to pass, but it looks like he himself is going to go to the bottom. So looks like the 3 of Jason Collins going to put Travis Twitty a lap down here. 6 laps to the stage break. But Tyler Johnson slowly starting to reel him in. Now we've got it down to 2.5 seconds. So we're going to see if this lap traffic starts to play a factor up here in that Jason Collins machine. Tyler Johnson can catch up, but as we see, a lot of drivers about to go a lap down. But, you know, that stage break is coming up. I know they're just trying their best to hang on to that lead lap as much as they can. See the 20 of Brandon Zimmerman having a really big issue, falling back to that 11th position. We've got damage. Oh, we got a wreck. 44 around. Brad Gebhardt. Looks like Brandon Zimmerman having an issue. Jason Collins did get a little into it. Looks like the 99 of Joshua Clemons into it as well. So Bryce Hunter slowing it down. So we'll go back and see what happened here in front of Jason Collins. Man, I know he's definitely not liking what he saw in front of him. It looks like the 20 of Brandon Zimmerman just got a little tight coming out of the corner, got into the 44. See a little bit of contact right there to the 3 of Jason Collins, but he's able to keep it straight. Man, Travis Twitty threading the needle there, though. Big hit there from the 44. The 77 does take a hit. Takes 2 hits. Oh, unfortunate for him. Oh, and then big shot there from the 99 to the 44. Go back on board here with Jason Collins, watching from his point of view. As you see right there, that little bit of a bump happened right in front of him. He tries to get it slowed down. He does get just by him. A little bit of a tap there, but it looks like he did make it through it. You see the 44 getting to the wall there. Big hit. But it looks like the 99 just trying to get it slowed down. Maybe thought that he was going to be able to clear it and got on the brakes a little too hard. Yeah, everybody started checking up. He just got on the brakes a little hard. Unfortunate there for Josh Clemons. All right. This should be the stage break. I will have to make sure whenever Josh gets back, I cannot hear race control. So we'll have to figure that out in just a second. But right now, Jason Collins is down pit lane. He's on his way out. We will have a word with that stage break winner if it was the stage break, but we will find out here in just 1 second. Josh is going to find out if that was a stage break. Sorry about that. Like I said, not able to hear race control, so not sure if that was, but we will get a word. I know he's jumping down in there to ask Jason real quick, and we will figure it out. Well, it looks like the pace lights are off, so if we have another caution, we'll see if we can get him up in the booth. Have a word with him.
Yes, that was our stage break, Chris.
Okay, so Jason Collins was your Blanchard's Towing stage winner. Like I said, we will have a word with him as soon as we get, our next stop, if we do have one. But if not, then Jason Collins was your Blanchard's Towing stage winner.
Yeah,
we'll have a word from him.
I'd take that one on me. I stepped away from my PC for about 30 seconds, and as soon as I stepped away, Chris comes running across the house. They just wrecked. I don't know if it was the stage break, so I had to come running back here and figure it out. apologize about that, and we're going to get him back rolling. We will have an interview with Jason at some point. Like Chris said, if we get another caution, we'll bring that 3 machine up in here. But right now, we're going to let him keep rolling. A to Bret Nielsen. Whoa! 971 a mile. We're going to get around on the outside.
Yeah, and as
looks like... Oh, hey, look at LeBourgeois sitting in 4th, man.
Yeah, Chris LeBourgeois on that pit stop going to move himself up into fourth position. Look at that, Nate Mowrer with those fresher tires. He's able to make up that position now. Whoa, the 5 of Tyler Johnson getting a little loose back there. Yeah, that 5 machine definitely looks like he's got a lot of speed underneath that machine. Taking it on the outside there of Jason Collins. We'll see if he can make a pass for that lead. He can't. Woo.
Tyler Johnson was actually the fastest car on the track by 2/100ths of a second that last time. 5 going to get to the back bumper of the 3 here, going into 3 and 4. He's going to ride it around the outside lane, but it looks like Jason Collins just has the faster bottom lane. He's going to get in front of the 5, clear him. 5 still coming back. He could almost be in the wall there, but he's not. Man, this 5 machine of Tyler Johnson really willing it. I got to say, this is the most aggressive we've seen Tyler in a while, Chris.
Yeah, Josh, you are correct. I want to say, this is bringing back flashbacks. I want to say it was, the 94 Bristol race where Earnhardt dumped the 5?
I thought that was 98.
Maybe it was that. I can't remember the exact year.
Was it 98, 99 that they did it back-to-back, right?
Yeah, I want to say it was one of. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But it's pretty much just getting a flashback right now. You see that 5 and that 3 battling out for that position. See if Tyler Johnson can take over the lead here. It looks like Jason's still having the best line down there on the bottom.
Caution.
Ron Morris Jr. around. See what happened here with that 76. Getting into the corner there. Looks like just coming out of the corner, just got on it a little too hard. That was a self-spin there for the 76.
Yeah, now he's just got to hope he don't got no radiator damage or cooling damage that is going to make that motor run bad here in the future. We know we can just see him instantly go kaboom out of nowhere, so just hope he can hold on here. Looks like our field very slowed up. You'd think we're under red flag for a second.
Yeah, pace car was having to get called up. Like Bryce Hunter, Christopher Pendell, Jeremiah Hobbs, Ronnie Shirk, and Travis Twitty all down pit lane. Maybe a little bit of a gas and go here for these 5 drivers. We'll see what they do here. This is going to be interesting. We're already 10 laps outside of the stage break. We've already got drivers coming down pit lane. So what? All right, well, we're going to go ahead and have Jason Collins up here in the booth. Have a word with our stage 1 winner.
Hey, Jason, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. Sorry about that, buddy. We missed the stage interview there. But, hey, we want to have a word with you right quick before we get back to going. And you picked up that stage 1 win. You're now battling Tyler. Jason, what do you think is going to set you up here going into this final remaining stages of this race?
Just saving tires, maintaining what we're doing. That's all we got to do.
All right. Well, Jason, we know it's going to be a tough one out there, man. But you picked up that stage 1 win. You've looked strong here tonight in that 3 machine. Congratulations on the stage 1 win, and hey, we're looking forward to you in the rest of the race, Jason. Sorry about the little bit of a late interview right here.
No worries, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. Get you back down to your... Yeah, you hear he's just ready to go, man. You can hear it in his voice. He's a man of short words right now, a few words right now. And he wants to go out there and race. Instantly out of the interview, top or bottom here, Tyler. He wants to know. He's ready to race. That is usually, we hear Jason, he's pretty lighthearted at the stage. He's, having a good time. This is a Jason that's had some moderate results to him, or mediocre results, I should say. This is he hasn't been having the success he thinks he should be having, and now you're seeing a laser-focused Jason Collins. That's something that these drivers don't want to see, man. That's scary for me, and I just had to talk to him during his interview. I could hear the drive in him just from right there, so I'd hate to see what this is going to be like for these drivers tonight, baby. This is going to be a tough rest of the race here. 107 laps to go when we come back to the green. boy, oh boy, are we excited to get back to racing. We're also excited to go ahead and throw it to and Allow to Pedal, brought to you by our amazing, amazing partners over at L&S Customs. Big shout out to everything they have done for the league here this season, and without them, I don't think we'd really be possible here. We got a lot of good, good people over there at L&S Customs, and on their behalf, we're going to go ahead and throw the volumes up, get those awesome camera views out, and we're going to throw it to an L&S Customs side-by-side to enjoy these sights and sounds as the field goes back to green here at Bristol. Poor guy. All right, and it looks like the 76, another self-spin right there coming off of the corner. I want to say I heard him instantly key up. So, man, hey, it just happens, Ron. These things happen, man. You're out there racing. You're giving it your all, and, hey, don't let that get you down, buddy. Oh, blew up. That's what it was. And then spun. Oh, okay, I see. Makes sense now. That's why he was so adamant to get right on the radio. He was letting those boys know, hey, that one was out of my control right there. I was trying to stop, and she got around on me when she locked up. So, hey, unfortunate, Ron. What did I say, Chris? Those things just like to pop after you hit that inside wall, didn't they?
They really do.
So there it was. But down pit road, we've got busy action. You'd think they put a rotate tire special up there on the end of pit road. Everybody coming down to get the service. As we're going to see 4 tires, fuel possibly for our whole field here. And I'm going to be interested to see how that's... I just got so confused. I forget double pit road here at Bristol. I was like, what the heck was the point of going down? And then I forget you got to go all the way around here. I'm so used to other tracks, man, that it catches me off guard sometimes. But, you're going to see all these drivers come down, and 5 going to get into his stall first. We're going to see how he executes on pit road here. Ooh, that's going to hurt him a little bit. Jason's going to get in strong. So is Mowrer. Mowrer, big drive in.
Mowrer was driving in there really quick. See if he gets out first.
You see the flames spitting out of the side of his exhaust. That's him just revving it up, ready to go.
He's going to get out first.
Now we're going to get out first. Whoa.
Whoa.
Did Clemons beat out Johnson or no?
Does look like
Looks
he did.
Yeah. Whoa, did Johnson get a speeding penalty? He's very slow out of pit road. No. Looks like he's just getting caught back up. Okay, we're good.
Maybe it was that big kerfuffle there coming out. They didn't want to wreck each other. All right, and as we've got these boys under caution, we're going to go ahead and take it to a commercial break. Step away to an LNS Custom side-by-side, so we'll be right back, and you won't miss any of the action.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
And we welcome you back from that LNS Custom side-by-side. As we saw Nate Mowrer get off to a really good jump on that restart. You saw him get out to about a half a second lead over Tyler Johnson. You see Tyler Johnson getting up into the wall just a couple of times, but he's able to maintain that momentum and maintain that speed, keep that car going. But Jason looks like he's working that inside lane, trying to make up as much time as he can. He knows that if he just, like as I see Joey Doucette saying in the Facebook chat, let's go guys, save that fuel, you're going to need it. Exactly, that's what I was about to say. Jason Collins knows that maybe that 5 machine's getting up there, messing up his equipment, running it into the ground a little quicker than he wants to. So you're going to see Jason maybe fall back here just a little bit, and then once the laps start rolling here, see Jason start moving his way back up there, start catching like you saw with Ronnie Shirk. Speaking of Ronnie Shirk right now, currently sitting in that 10th spot, making his way around the 29 of Travis Twitty, sitting back there in that 12th spot. Brandon Zimmerman was able to get around him. Looks like that 20 machine got his front bumper back. I want to say he was missing the front bumper there when he came down pit lane the last time. Does look like he's got it back though. The 971 looks like Tyler Johnson's starting to put a little bit of pressure now on that 971. I know that 971 probably looking up in that rear view, seeing that 5 machine start getting closer and closer. Riding on board here with Nate Mowrer. You see, looking up in that rear view, he definitely sees that 5 machine starting to creep up behind him. You know, you get in that corner, you expect him to start falling off a little bit, but man, Tyler Johnson just sticking all over the back bumper of the 971. And like we were saying, Jason Collins right now not really pushing the issue too hard. Knows he's got to save his equipment, got to save his tires, and just try to maintain as much as he can and make up as much position once these boys start running their equipment into the ground. Christopher Pendell in that 94 machine up 5 spots. You see Bryce Hunter has moved himself back up into the top 5 after dropping back there a little bit. But Jason's not giving up that position. Looks like Robert Richards starting to work on that back bumper just a little bit. But like we were saying, Nate Mowrer, Tyler Johnson starting to pull away from the 2 drivers behind them. But just wondering how long they're going to be able to keep up this pace. We saw Ronnie Shirk get out to, like we said, about a 3-second gap. And then all of a sudden, Jason and them just started coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, this is a big change right here with Mowrer now finding the speed. Johnson's pulling away with him. Collins looks like he has fallen off a little bit, but I'm not even going to say anything about Jason. We know he said he was going to try to save. Did he just, yeah, I was going to say, did he just hit the wall?
Yeah, Mowrer got into the wall just a little bit there. Like we said, it does look like they're able to get into the walls and kind of just play patty cake with them and get off of them as long as they don't get stuck in them. You know, that's something that we used to say iRacing had gorilla glue walls.
Oh my goodness, man. Remember how bad they were at Kentucky and Homestead? Homestead was horrible.
Yeah, you get up into the wall.
Before they did the arrow where the bubble was on the wall, you know, and you could really ride the wall. You'd get up there and you'd be riding that high lane. Next thing you know, you're doing a backflip because the wall grabbed you and threw you back 30 feet in the air.
And now Josh Clemons down.
Yeah. Big damage on that machine. He's just had an unfortunate night.
Yeah, one of those drivers that just wasn't able to get it slowed down in time for that wreck. You saw him get on the brakes, but, you know, when you're going really fast at this track, you can't really slow these cars down that quick.
You're right, Chris. It's very hard to slow down at a track like Bristol, and everything happens so fast. So fast. You know, you just think about it. Imagine standing at a baseball plate, and you're trying to hit a ball. You know, that's very hard. That's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball coming at you, and you're having to think of that so quick, those instant reactions. Now think of that multiplied to 120, 130, 140, and you're having to make instant reactions to what the car is doing on the racetrack at that time. That is what racing people do not understand. You're not getting in this car, and you're not just pressing the gas and cranking left. Yeah, you are. You technically are.
In theory.
Some of those guys in theory are correct, but in the long run, man, there is so much transition changes, track changes, everything that goes on here with the rubber laying down, the track changing overnight, cooling down. iRacing, I don't care what anybody says. You can throw R-Factor, you can throw Automobilista, you can throw it all out there. iRacing is the cream of the crop when it comes to track surface, tire surface, and replicating what a race car does over a race. iRacing is the cream of the crop of the motorsport simulator. And I got to say, man, love watching these racers that, you know, don't really, some of them, not all of them. We know we got a lot of guys in here that have a lot of real life racing experience. But some of these guys, man, this is their racing. You know, for guys like me and you, Chris, and, you know, people like Tyler Johnson and the Nate Mowers, and, you know, I'm not going to say everybody because I don't know what some of these guys have done in their past racing history, if some of them do have, but this is their racing. This is where they get on and they release their racing, their want. You know, they don't have, some of them don't have the hundreds of thousands of sponsorships and millions of dollars worth of sponsorship money to get out there in the real thing. That's what we love about iRacing, man. That's why you see that passion. You hear those guys getting so angry over it. You might think it's a video game, but to us, it's a lifestyle. iRacing is an awesome, awesome platform, and I love everybody that it's brought me and Chris closer to. We have met some very great people and really got to open up some doors for ourselves that we never thought would be possible.
Yes, I see Josh Clemons commenting in the YouTube chat. Tough week. Back at it next week. Good luck, boys. Unfortunate, Josh, man. Like I said, we saw you get into that little bit of an incident, man. Unfortunate for you.
Yeah, unfortunate. Josh is a fellow Josh up here that has wrecks too. Hate it for you, man. I know what it's like. But we know you've been fast, Josh, and expected to see that 99 machine pick the speed back up here relatively soon. But, you know, sorry to get on a little bit of a rant there, but you just gotta realize how much this racing means to these sim racers out here. You know, and me and Chris might be trying to say, oh, we love it so much too, but everybody loves it, man. This is just an awesome thing that iRacing puts on for us. You know, started with the old Papyrus back in the day. If you played the NASCAR racing seasons or NASCAR Legends, anything like that, that's what you're playing nowadays, man. And I love it. I love iRacing, love the Bluegrass series, and boy, do I love these Xfinity cars. 60 laps to go. Let's go racing, baby.
Yeah, we've got 60 laps to the good. 60 laps to the good, man. This race has just flown by. 60 laps last night. We were about 45 minutes over what we're at right now. Man, this is going by quick. Right now, looks like, whoa, Christopher Pendell is about to come under attack from that 51 of Ronnie Shirk. Ronnie Shirk looks like he's starting to make up a little bit of position now. The 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs moving. Whoa, as you see the 51 get a little loose. That's going to open up the door for Jeremiah Hobbs. He's going to move himself up into that 7th position, hanging around in the back my butt.
I was going to say Jeremiah was hanging out, in 16th position there for the first 30 laps. We started talking about him possibly getting lapped if he was that, or not him in general, just anybody that was wanting to hang on. And then it seemed like he was just like, all right, go pedal Tom. Jeremiah rolling his way up into 7th from his 14th spot. Good little run from Jeremiah here tonight, man. Miss having him up in the booth. We gotta get Jeremiah up here one more night.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that here before too long. But it looks like Jason's starting to reel him in, Josh. Nate Mowrer, Tyler Johnson starting to fall off just a little bit. That gap was about a 3-second gap. Now it's a 2-second gap. So now that they've got that lap car separation out of the way, Jason might be putting on getting on that loud pedal just a little more, trying to catch up with these boys.
Either he's on the loud pedal more or they're on the loud pedal more. They've been racing pretty hard these last couple laps, and Tyler's been doing a good job to just stay behind him. It looks like he's not really trying to force the issue as much. So I think the 5 machine and the 971 machine still have some good equipment left here. But now it just comes down to when are they going to pit for this last pit stop?
Yeah, that's going to be the really interesting thing. We've got almost 50 laps to the good. So this is going to be really interesting to see whenever they decide to come down pit lane again. We saw them stretch it out all the way to the stage, so we know they can go 80 laps. But that's going to be where it comes down to play. Will they be able to make it to the end? Who's going to be able to make it to the end? Do they want to make it all the way to the end on the same set of tires? It all just starts coming into play.
I thought we were about to get some beef there. The 5 was asking the 971, you got a spotter? The 971 seemed confused for a second, and then he says, hey, tell them to join my Discord channel. I think they might have a little bit of teamwork going on here, Chris. I see Doug Dill already in Garage 3, so we might be in some strategy going on here between these two guys.
Yeah, maybe.
Brandon Zimmerman, Ronnie Shirk down pit road.
So Shirk on the alert down pit lane, probably trying to set himself up here early on. Like we were saying, we saw Joey Doucette really push the issue last night. Ran out of gas as he was doing his burnout. So that just goes to show you how much fuel that 16 truck had left in that fuel tank last night. He could not have probably went another lap and a half. Brandon Zimmerman right now on his way into his pit lane. Ronnie Shirk on his way out right now. It's going 3 laps down now is that 51 of Ronnie Shirk. Travis Twitty currently your last driver on the lead lap. Nate Mowrer and co starting to reel him in, though. You see Travis Twitty right now going into turns 3, now 4 as that 971 entering turn 3. So starting to catch that 29 Travis Twitty is Nate Mowrer. But we know Twitty, he's got that triple screens now. Definitely having a lot better time in that rig now. Whoa, as it looked like Tyler Johnson was going to make a move on that 971 there for a second. Decided against it.
Either that or he might have gotten loose out of corner.
Yeah,
Sounds
maybe.
like Jeremiah Hobbs is going to come down pit road, surrender his 6th position. LeBourgeois came down. I didn't notice that until I just looked over at the live timing. So LeBourgeois in. Sounds like Jeremiah Hobbs is coming in soon. And then 971. And the 5.
971 in the 5, down pit lane. See if Jason decides to stay out. He does.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at anything. It was just the 5 of Tyler Johnson, I think, was on edge the whole time he was trying to pit sideways. I watched him almost rear-end Mowrer on entry. He was just having a tough time, man. Tough time.
Yeah, getting it slowed down, going from like 160 miles an hour to 55 is really hard. We see right now Bret Nielsen coming down pit lane. Nate Mowrer, Tyler Johnson, Bryce Hunter, Jeremiah Hobbs all down pit lane as well. So Jason Collins right now sitting out in the lead. Got the 12 of Robert Richards right behind him. We've only got 4 cars on the lead lap right now. If we were to have a caution, that would really shake things up. Looks like
Mowrer and Johnson out. Hunter's coming out with him right now as well. Sorry, Chris, not meaning to cut you off right there twice.
Nope, Bryce Hunter on his way out as well. You see Bret Nielsen coming down his pit stall. Currently about to hit in his pit stall right now. Jason Collins, though, this is going to be where it gets interesting because we know Robert Richards is really good on pit strategy. We also know that 3 is really good on pit strategy. So we'll have to see if Jason has Nicholas Noggle in that pit box. If Nicholas will be able to give him a good word of advice when to come down pit lane.
The Bourgeois Zimmerman going to go ahead and get a lap back under green flag conditions.
We see right now, 94 Christopher Pendell about 6 seconds back from Robert Richards, and then about 5 seconds back from Pendell is Travis Twitty. See the 9 of Bryce Hunter going to go ahead and get around him. Twitty going to get out of his way. Whoa, it looks like the 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs might have had a little bit of looseness going on back there.
So your lead lap drivers right now still that have not pitted. Collins, Richards, Pendell, and Twitty. Here comes Jeremiah Hobbs on the outside. He's in 11th, getting back one of those laps.
Yeah, you saw him getting loose coming out of turn 4 just then. Maybe that 10 on that loud pedal a little hard. It looks like now he's got that clean track. You saw him diming the corner. It's probably what he was getting ready to set up for, was just his line. But right now, Robert Richards still hanging on to that back bumper of Jason Collins. Looks like Pendell is starting to lose a little bit of time to Robert Richards, now almost about 7 seconds back. But you see right now, Nate Mowrer coming around the 12 of Robert Richards. If you're that 971 right, or excuse me, if you're that 3, you see how much speed that 971 has in front of him. You might be thinking pit lane here before too long, because Mowrer could essentially drive back and get his laps back with as fast as he's going right now. To the 5 there.
Ooh,
Tyler
Johnson. Beep, beep,
inside.
coming through.
Yeah, Jason having to get out of the gas there. You saw Robert Richards get a really big run up to that back bumper. Like I was saying, it's going to be interesting to see whenever that 3 machine decides to pull it down pit lane, or if he's going to try to pull a Joey Doucette and not come down pit lane. Like I said, we do know they did come down and pit at lap 107. So if they had Jason, like I said, he did do a lot of fuel runs out here on this track early on. So if he knows how much fuel he has in that tank, he could go to the end. But like I was saying, Nate Mowrer and Tyler Johnson, with those fresher tires, you see they've already made up half a track on them in 1 lap.
Yeah, they're only 27. They're 27 seconds behind, so that's what, 2 laps? Basically,
They are still, they're a lap down right now.
Like a lap and a half?
Mm-hmm. To the 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs, 971.
They're not battling for position.
Yep. 10 of Jeremiah Hobbs is going to go ahead and let that 971 around. But as we were saying, Jason Collins, Robert Richards still out on the track. This is going to be, like I said, I know you hear me say this is going to be interesting, but man, it is. This is just one of those things where we don't know what is going to go on here tonight.
We're not Larry McReynolds, dude. We don't have our McNuggets ready. As, Jeremiah Hobbs always loved to say so much. We don't know. We really don't. We're just high racers, man. We're here calling the races just as confused as the fans right now. Hey, are they going to make it? Because we were saying last night, we know that Joey Doucette says he's going to make it, but is Joey Doucette going to make it? Because he's happened to say, 94 into the wall. That's going to get that Nate Mowrer machine by a little bit easier, but man, I just makes me want to bite my fingernails, and I don't got none to bite.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Jason is expecting a caution here. As we see Robert Richards starting to fall off a little bit, the 51 of Ronnie Shirk, the 9 of Bryce Hunter starting to make a move on that inside. Then you also see the 83 Crystal Bourgeois also behind him. So you're starting to see that time that those older tires are starting to lose to these newer tires. "24 laps to go." So if Jason has the gas, this is going to be where he looks down at that fuel gauge and he goes, "I have it."
Yeah, this is, you've kind of already made your bed here, Chris. You've got to just kind of deal with it now.
Yeah, if you're in that 3 camp, whoa, big drive in there from Robert Richards. Did you see that?
You physically can't pit without losing the lead here. It's just impossible.
Yeah,
they're going to have to either get a caution or they're just making it. And still, even then, it's going to be close, man. Mowrer still could catch up. He's only 19 seconds. He's coming to get that lead lap back here in just a second. 50-lap fresher tires? I don't know. Have you ever? We'll see.
As you see right now, 2 cars in front of that 971 is Jason Collins. So he is about to unlap himself the Bill Elliott way, the old-fashioned way. So right now, Robert Richards, you see, really starting to lose a lot of time to that 3 machine. But like we were also saying, 20 laps to go. If Jason has the fuel left, all he's got to do is cruise, because those tires could eventually equal themselves out. Nate Mowrer is going to start losing a little bit of that time that he has, but it's all going to come down to how much is Jason saving. See right now, the 971 is going to go ahead and pass that 3 machine. Going to get that lap back. So right now, the 971 currently on the lead lap. He just passed Travis Twitty for position. Travis Twitty about to go a lap down from that 3 machine. Like we were saying, look at that gap that Nate Mowrer's already got on Jason. Travis Twitty going to go ahead, surrender.
And you hear Jason is having to save.
As we're riding on board, you see him clutch in, coasting. Halfway through the turn, get back in the gas.
It's so weird hearing the idle almost being complete. Like, I don't know, that doesn't feel
wrong.
Right. Feels wrong, yeah. Every time I do it myself too, and I've had to save before, it just doesn't feel right.
See, we're going to go ahead and pull up that dashboard so that way we can see the speeds that Nate Mowrer's doing. Because right now, down the front stretch, it's going to get up to about 136 miles an hour. We'll go on board here with Jason Collins and see that speed difference. $10-mile-an-hour difference. See Jason Collins getting on the clutch at about 100.
Pendell just pitted.
26 miles an hour. Christopher Pendell down pit lane. He might not be able to make it. Nate Mowrer now 10 seconds back.
Why is my heart beating so fast right now? Why am I more nervous than I'm pretty sure some of the racers right now?
Man, I know if I was in that Jason Collins camp, I would definitely be nervous as crap.
Because look, Chris, look at 3rd place. Back on the lead lap, 11 seconds back with 10 to go. I don't know. Jason might win this one by the skin of his teeth.
You see, he's got about half a track distance right now. Nate Mowrer in a little bit of lap traffic. That's going to be, though, that 51 is on fresher tires. So maybe a little bit of checkup here from that 971. This could help out Jason Collins just a little bit. As you see, he's still not making up a lot of time, but 10 laps, anything could change. We're going to go back on board here with Jason Collins, see how he is faring out. Oh, he's starting to clutch a lot sooner to the corner.
I don't know. I think he still might have it, Chris. Nate's not making up as much time now anymore as he was earlier.
Yeah, it looks like he got stuck behind the 51.
Him and Jason are teammates, correct?
Yeah, that could have been a play there. That is, you are correct. They are on the Bluegrass Reapers. So maybe that 51 doing a little bit of a block, trying to help his teammate out. 8 laps to go, 7 laps to go. This time by, does Jason Collins have it left in the tank to make it to the end?
I think he's got it, Chris. 5 seconds or 10 seconds with 6 laps to go coming up. I think he's got it. I think.
Man, Nate Mowrer, though, trying his best, just trying to dig. Got it about 10 seconds now. But that's, in 4 laps, he's only made up a half a second. So that's just going to show you the 971's tires are maybe starting to equal themselves out now. And I say equal out, they wouldn't be nowhere near as equal as Jason's right now.
I don't think he's got it. I don't think Maurer's got it, man.
4
Same
laps
lap
to go.
times almost. Same lap times. Three to the good. Here we go, Jason. You got it, baby.
We see Robert Richards about 4 seconds back. I think he might. Is he out of fuel? He is going really slow back there.
White flag this time for Jason Collins.
White flag is out. This is the final lap. Does Jason Collins have what it takes? You see he's not on that clutch now.
Oh, yeah. Excellent job, Jason. Just make it through 3 and 4, man. What a freaking fuel strategy. Shades of Joey Doucette. Jason Collins, checkered flag, baby. What a hell of a race. Man.
As we see Tyler Johnson going to pull around, take that 3rd position, and Nate Mowrer going to round out that podium in 3rd place.
Man, still 1.4, I think he said, left in fuel.
Look at that. Jason Collins going to push the 12 of Robert Richards back to the pits. You saw Nate Mowrer trying to give that little bit of a bump there to that 3, giving that little congratulatory bump. As you see the 3 pushing that 12 back to the pits. Good sportsmanship there.
I think Jason said he had 1.4 left on fuel. What the heck, man? That's insane. Don't get her beached down there, Jason. And there it is. That's your burnout. She's out. All right, and your post-race results are up. It says ButtKicker on the quarter panel. But, man, we might have to start calling Jason that because he kicked these boys' butts here tonight with the fuel strategy. Jason Collins is going to pick up the win. He is going to get that Bluegrass Reapers number 3 back into victory lane here with a win tonight at Bristol. Tyler Johnson going to finish second. I think that's, Jason's 6th win, Chris? So 6th win on the season for Jason Collins. Tyler Johnson going to finish 2nd with 3rd going to Mowrer. Robert Richards going to finish 4th with Bryce Hunter in 5th. Chris Bourgeois 6th with Travis 27th. Jeremiah Hobbs 8th. Ronnie Shirk 9th. Brandon Zimmerman 10th. Bret Nielsen 11th. Christopher Pendell 12th with 13th going to Michael Brizin. 14th to Josh Clemons. 15th Brad Gebhardt. And that 16th spot going to Ron Morris Jr. And Chris, we don't even got time to talk about the race because we got to talk to our drivers. These boys, just as fast as they are in the car, they're ready to go. So we've got Jason Collins hopping up here for your post-race interview. Jason Collins, Josh up here in the Bluegrass booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yeah, what's happening, boys?
Man, what's happening is my heart is going 100 miles an hour right now. I was sweating, last night. I was thinking that same thing for Joey Doucette. Is it going to make it? And Jason, you made it. You got just enough to push your teammate across the line, get a little bit of a celebratory burnout right there, and you're going to run out of fuel. Jason, those practice laps came into pay, man, and we see the 6th win of the season, and we see you back into victory lane here tonight in that number 3 machine. How does it feel winning tonight at Bristol?
It feels pretty good, man. Obviously put in some practice today and got prepared and shout out to Mikey Neal for coming down and helping run some laps with me and showing me a few things. So appreciate him as helping me out. And as always, shout out to my spotter Noggle for keeping my head on and not allowing me to do something stupid. So appreciate those two guys for sure.
Heck yeah, man. We know it's been a crazy week here so far already at Bristol, and right now you guys look pretty strong coming in here tonight. We know it's going to be a great night, celebratory wise for you guys. But hey, going next week as we get ready to go into Vegas, how are you guys feeling going forward? And do you think you guys are going to carry that momentum going into Vegas? We know the short track and the intermediates can kind of play a little bit of a different hand there. So how is it feeling going into next week?
Same game plan as always, man. Got to put another notch in the belt. That's the goal every week. Nobody gives me any quarter here. I get driven hard as hell everywhere we go, so I'm going to try to win every one of them, man. Simple as that. I know nobody wants to see me win, so that makes it even more better when I do win.
Heck yeah. Well, Jason, man, we love watching you win up here in the booth. I know those drivers might not, but we love watching the league owner getting down and putting on one hell of a show. We appreciate everything you do, Jason. And man, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything for the Bluegrass Ripper fans, the Bluegrass fans, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, and we'll let you get on your way.
As always, big thank you to L&S Customs for being our primary sponsor of the series. Without David Sheets and his team coming on board and taking over as filling in that role, we would have had none of this would be possible, and we wouldn't be able to, do the things that we do for the other series, like pay $1,000 to win in the Cup Series and stuff like that. Big shout out to ButtKicker for giving us ButtKickers to give to our champions. Shout out to Kinder Performance Group for being one of our biggest, longest partners ever. They provide us with the opportunity for the Cup Series champion to go down to North Carolina and ride a Kinder-built go-kart, the Katana. If you guys haven't already checked that out, make sure you check out the Katana. It's a champ kart. He's also working on some flat karts right now. Shout out to Huffman Designs for always keeping our paints fresh and keeping our decals and logos and banners and everything, clean looking and good to go. Like I said, shout out to Nick Noggle for being an awesome spotter. Yeah, man, it was pretty good time tonight. That's although I do have to say, on that last restart, the 5 with the dive bomb, I wasn't happy about it. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh yeah, we heard over the radio. I know. I listen to all of you guys 24/7, so I know the.
Oh, I'm talking about after the initial nose cut. I'm talking about the dive bomb after the fact.
Oh yeah, we are keeping our eyes on it, Jason. We know, man, and hey, we appreciate the kind words. We know those. We know everybody's going to be listening to that. We know we're excited to go into Vegas, man. But Jason, again, congratulations. Thank you for having us here tonight and or having a word with us tonight. We'll be talking to you hopefully next week.
Yeah, for sure, guys. I appreciate you guys doing the broadcast as always. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. See you tomorrow night, Jason.
All right, later.
See you night, man.
Yep, you too.
I accidentally moved myself out of here because Jason moved as soon as I was going to grab him. So, going to bring up Tyler Johnson now and grab our second place finisher. Tyler Johnson, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
I got you guys loud and clear.
Man, loud and clear is what we like to hear. Tyler, great race from you tonight, man, in that 5 machine. We were saying earlier that, with you and the 9 getting around each other, we might see some craziness going, but, all jokes. But, we did see a little bit of craziness. You and the 3, they're having some, with the dive bomb, whatever, it's called or whatever. We can hear it from both perspectives. But, Tyler, you did a great job coming into second place, man. 9 positions starting in the race, or 9 positions from the start of the race. Hell of a job here tonight at Bristol, man. We know how tough it can be to get around here. We saw last night with field strategy, 1 driver coming out on the lead lap. So we know it was probably one of those things weighing in everybody's mind. I don't want to be that guy tonight that just runs out of field trying to make it to the checkered. But, you came off with a good strategy. And, hey, P2 here tonight, man. How's it feel coming away second place at Bristol?
Yeah, that's nothing to be mad about. I felt like me or Nate probably had one of the better cars, but, sometimes strategy beats skill, and, that's what happened tonight. I wish I ran a few hundred laps to practice that fuel strategy, but, maybe next week I'll do that. Kind of sucks that, we lost like that, but, I'll take a second all day. There's early in the race, about halfway through the race, there was some times where apparently I cut, someone's nose off or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. And, dive bombs, whatever. I'll go back and watch my replay and see where I tried to dive bomb him. I might have cut his nose off a little bit, but, just trying to exit the corner, that's what you do at Bristol. Might have done a little too hard, but, it's racing for the lead. So, oh well, I'm not too mad about it. I'll come home with second tonight. We got stage points. We got a good buffer. We're going to Vegas next week, one of my favorite tracks. Hopefully we can do something there.
Hey man, we're excited to go into Vegas next week, man. We know we look so forward to you guys after this race, and we already got to tell you, hey, so what you expecting after you just ran 200 nights next week? So we know it's one of those things that you guys mentally are looking forward to it yourself, and hey, well, we really appreciate all those words, man. It's one of those things of we love to hear the wrecks and all that from y'all's perspective and whatever it may be. So just a little bit of spice to the spice on the chicken to get it hot, man. But hey, Tyler, if you want to throw any final words or shout outs or anything out there before we let you get out of here, buddy, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, and we'll let you get on your way. We know we got a good week cooking up for Las Vegas next week.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited for Vegas. I just want to thank you guys. Thanks, Jason, for putting this on. Thanks to all my friends and everyone who's watching. It's been fun. Crumvita Companies and Coltoff Electric for sponsoring my car, even though it might not be on the car. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys and everyone who puts this on. It's a lot of fun, especially when we're up front like this.
Heck yeah, man. It's always a lot of fun having you up here in the booth, Tyler. And again, congratulations on that second place. No, you probably wanted just a little bit more, but hey, we know those things happen, man. Strategy came into play tonight very well, like it did last night. And hopefully next week at Las Vegas, we'll be having a word with you, Tyler. And congratulations tonight, and good luck going into the future.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. I hope to talk to you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Hope to talk to you as well, buddy.
Yep.
All right, and that was Tyler Johnson. Going to go ahead and bring up our third and final interview. I almost switched to the staging area again. We're bringing in Nate Mowrer. Nate Mowrer, Chris and Josh up here in the booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. We know how tonight definitely it played out for everybody. It was just one of those nights that at Bristol that fuel strategy comes in. Everybody wants that last caution, whatever it may be. But you guys came into the night sitting on pole. You look strong. A little bit of early mishap there or whatever it may be. We'll get your word on that. But Nate, you guys looked very solid. A third place finish. I'm sure it's probably not what you wanted exactly, but take us through what you think you possibly could have done that maybe changed the night up for you guys a little bit, and what do you think you're going to build off of going into Las Vegas next week?
Yeah, first off, I swear these races are all about fuel strategy. I knew when we're gonna have to save fuel the first run, it just wasn't going to be fun, and then that last, I knew that Jason was going to save enough to the end. He's the Joey DeSoto of the truck series when it comes to saving fuel. I just knew that was going to happen, and I'm happy with the P3 tonight. Pays out, so I don't know. I really feel like me, Tyler, or Jason could have won this race if it didn't come down to the whole fuel strategy thing. I just burnt my crap up after that last pit stop trying to catch Jason before he took the checker because I knew he was staying out. And then I seen that, I think it was Robbie Richards, to see him really slowing down. So I was like, I think I can catch him. So I kind of just walled and let Tyler go around me, and hoping to catch a 12 there before the end of the race. And that's kind of what we did. So congrats to Tyler Johnson. Congrats to Jason on his win.
Again, Nate, we say it, week in and week out, man, how much of a great show you guys put on. And tonight was, another one of those great shows. It's, also, again, just having you back up here racing again, man, and having you back in the booth. It's always great having you up here, Mowrer. But, man, I got to say, it's looking good going into next week at Las Vegas. Very excited for what you boys got to show for us. And if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, or anything, Nate, that you want to throw out there before we let you get
Yeah,
going here.
I gotta throw a little bit of shade at Jason since he threw a little bit of shade at Tyler there. Yeah, he wants to blame the spotter. It happens. It's Bristol, but just made me laugh. You know, he said first stage don't matter. Give everybody plenty of room, and he wants to cut me off coming out the corner. I'm used to it. We race each other hard. I mean, I feel like me and him are the best in this league. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't know. It seems like it always comes down to me and Jason. And me and Jason wreck each other somehow. Ronnie Shirk comes in and steals the win. Total opposite this season for Ronnie from last season, the trucks. I mean, last season, the playoffs, he was tearing it up in the trucks. But nah, it's with me and Jason's all good. It's just kind of made me laugh how he called out called out Tyler over the comms for cutting his nose off. I'm like, dude, do you put me in? I got damage on both sides, man. I fenced it. But no, thanks to Jason for running this league. I was watching him do some practice. I never raced with an Xfinity car here before, so I was watching him on Twitch today, just see the line he was running. Thanks to you guys for coming here. I forget which one of you guys is having the health issues right now, but hopefully you, hopefully you, Chris, hopefully you get all that shit figured out, man. Thanks to my sponsor, Simbox, and big thanks to the guys that are still showing up here week in and week out, even though they're not in the playoffs. The number one driver comes to mind is Michael Brisson. I mean, I don't think he's ever missed a race, and I don't know if he's ever won a race, but that dude still comes every week and just races, and hats off to him.
Heck yeah. Well, Nate, I got to say, man, before we let you go, heard it all on the driver radio there during that whole little thing, man. I was laughing my butt off, too. Me and Chris were dying, dude. I had it because we had just went to a Crank It Up or whatever we call it, loud pedal song. And we had just went to it, and I heard you and him going, and I was just dying laughing. Wait a second. And I was like, oh, yes. Now we're getting it.
Nah, we're good. I hope he didn't take one of that perspective. I mean, we just race each other hard all the time. I wish I wouldn't have spun myself out in North Wilkesboro because I think that race would have been a hell of a race between me and him. And then at New Hampshire, he ran me up the track and then he overcorrected and took me out, or I can't remember what happened. But it's something always happens between me and him, and sometimes he comes out on top and sometimes I do. But now he's up to 6 wins and I only got 2, so. Yeah, but he's got the better end of the stick, though. But good for him. So have a good night, guys. I get off here. Yes, I got to get up early.
Yes, sir.
See you guys.
Thank you, Nate.
See you guys.
All right. Well, good little interview right there for our final interview of the night, Chris. You hear just all lighthearted fun between everybody sometimes. You know, there is some attitude with some of it and some actual, you know, hey, I want to wrangle or strangle this dude right now. But at the end of it, man, you're racing. These things happen, especially on a track like Bristol. I'm sure once they go back and get to the tape, everybody's going to be in a channel at some point just giggling and laughing about it. So, you know, hey, we're just happy that we were here again tonight. Very excited for that Cup race tomorrow, man. This has been an excellent night, a very fun night. I can't stop giggling at Nate after that interview. And, hey, Chris, if you've got any final words, man, you can go ahead and get them out to the Bluegrass faithful. We'll let them get out of here for the night.
Yeah, just a big shout out to everybody out there on the Facebook, on the YouTube page. Just big shout out to everybody that, you know, sits there and listens to us talk and, you know, watches these races with us. It's a lot of fun. You know, like I always say, we couldn't do it without y'all. Also, another shout out to LNS Customs, ButtKicker, Kinder Performance Group, and Barber Ford Motorsports. Really appreciate all those guys coming on, letting us be able to do this. Could not do it without any of them, and I say it every week, but love them to death for allowing us to do that. Now that I found out that David Sheets is behind it, really do appreciate that. But also, you know, big shout out to Jason, big shout out to all the Bluegrass, you know, faithful. Big shout out to everybody who has been messaging me personally, you know, checking up on me, asking me how I'm feeling and everything. I really do appreciate it, guys. This has been, you know, hell on earth, but I'm going to get through it. We got the surgery set up. We're going to get it cut out, so we're going to get it taken care of. But again, really do appreciate everybody that's been worried about me. Do appreciate everybody that sits with us here. Can't wait for the race tomorrow night in the Cup Series, and can't wait to see these Xfinity cars next week. But again, can't wait for that Cup race tomorrow night.
Indeed, Chris. Tomorrow night, the Cup boys take to Bristol. Zach Nichols, Matt Kemp, Gabriel Ellison. Man, just those 3 names right there got me excited. I can't wait. Oh, this is going to be an awesome race at Bristol tomorrow. You definitely do not want to miss it. I mean, can you believe just the action we've seen in the trucks and the Xfinity? Just imagine that by tenfold. These Cup guys, they do put on one hell of a show. Some of the closest iRating in our whole series is in the Cup Series, so it's always a good time, a fun time, and come get your short track fix tomorrow night, Wednesday for the Cup Series as we roll through the round of 12. But before we let you go here tonight, just a final shout out to our YouTube and Facebook chat. If you're on that YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you know when we go live tomorrow night and next time we go live for the Trucks or Xfinity. But if you're on that Facebook, hit the like button and share us out. And other than that, this has been Chris and Josh up here in the booth saying good night. Thank you to all the sponsors. Again, LNS Customs, Barber Ford Motorsports, Kenner Performance Group, and ButtKicker. And this is Chris and Josh saying good night, and we will see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m.